Hey guys, this is Anita. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do review of Tawny Man Trilogy by Robin Hobb. This is third sub-series in Realm of Elderling's world. It includes Fool's Errand, Golden Fool, and Fool's Fate. This will be completely spoiler free. Even if you haven't read Farsi Trilogy, you can watch it. It follows Fizz almost 15 years after the end of Farsi Trilogy. In the second trilogy, Live Ships, we follow completely different set of characters and it's set in a different town called Bingtown. But in this Tawny Man Trilogy, we come back to Six Touches. That's where Farsi was set. But I don't recommend skipping Live Ships because world and this lore got expanded in Live Ships and it will be directly connected to Tawny Man Trilogy. Also, reading Live Ships helps us in understanding the dynamics between two characters better. I also recommend reading this novella Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince before starting this trilogy. Story is not actually connected. This actually happens around 300 years before the events of Farsi trilogy. This is not actually requirement. This is published later, but reading this helps us in understanding the context with the unrest that happens in Tawny Man Trilogy. We all saw in Farseer that people hate wit magic. We understand why in this novella. Derry recommended us to read that novella before Tawny Man Trilogy. I'm glad I followed that advice because wit magic and the consequences of it plays a major role in the plot of Tawny Man Trilogy. Same as Farsi Trilogy, Tawny Man is in first person POV. We come back to Fizz's brain and it's as good as Farsi Trilogy. I understand many people love either Live Ships or Tawny Man Trilogy. Farsi is below in their rankings, but for me, Farsi is already at the top. Characters and character interactions are one of the best in the trilogy. Tawny Man definitely reached to the top level for me. We go deeper into the world and we get more details on magic system. Stakes are way higher when compared to Farsi. First 200 pages of Fool's Errand is like a slice of life story of his life. He is living in a secluded cottage far from the court politics. I would have happily read the entire book of that. We see his day-to-day life and his bond with Hap. Hap is an orphan, Fizz is rising. I like the parallel between Barik rising Fizz and Fizz rising someone else now. We see Fizz reminiscing a lot about his childhood and Barik's lessons. Later, because of a threat to Farsi throne, he gets called to Buckkeep and that kickstarts the story. Fool's Errand was slow-paced. It sets up the characters where they are after the events of Farsi and it sets up the civil unrest going on in Six Touches. I don't have any complaints against it. It was perfect for me. Golden Fool delves deeper into the conflict that is happening in Six Touches and it also gives us the direction where story is going. Actually, Golden Fool is my least favorite book in this trilogy. I got little impatient that we did not get the quest that promised to us. It focused on the dynamics between different characters and their relationships. So initially I gave only 3.75 stars to Golden Fool, but later when we had live show, I defended every character and their actions. Hobb wrote one of the best confrontation scenes between two friends. I understood both their perspectives. I sympathized with them. When I started talking about it, that's when I realized how much I loved this book. The impatience I had about lack of quest, I totally forgot. I immediately increased my rating to 4.5 stars. Character interactions and the dynamics between people always win me over. Fool's Fate gave me everything I wanted from Golden Fool and much more. We get why Redship Wars happened in Farseer and we meet the antagonist. Actually, this antagonist reminded me of one of the antagonists from the Chronicles of Narnia because of the setting and how they used locals for their war. I did not care for their purpose actually, but we finally get the closure from Redship Wars. Fool's Fate also builds up on the world we have seen on live ships. We get more details on the magic system, both about skill and wit. If you haven't read Farsi, this world has two magics, skill and wit. Skill is ability to communicate with other people or spying on other people through mind, and wit is ability to communicate with animals or ability to bond with animals. We see different uses of them, see the strength of them in this trilogy. At the same time, we also see the limits of them. As much as I like the story and the world, the best part of this trilogy is character interactions and character moments for me. Hobb is so good with human emotions. She doesn't shy away from letting her characters make mistakes. We all make mistakes, we all make stupid choices. That's what makes us human, and that's why we relate to Hobb's characters so much. Tawny Man is full of good character moments, especially Fool's Fate. That's why Fool's Fate is my favorite in this trilogy. I loved Fool's Errand, but I think about Fool's Fate more. After 15 years separation, we want Fitz to meet his friends and family. We do get what we want, and these reunion moments are one of the best in this trilogy. I want to gush about them, but I don't want to say who he meets, who doesn't. That will spoil the trilogy. But I'm going to cherish these moments for a long time. Hobb is so incredible in showing us that emotion, sometimes even without a dialogue. This trilogy also features some interesting secondary characters. Thick, Swift, Webb. Thick is my favorite among them. I liked his character development and the bond he forms with Fitz and others. Thick isn't a normal kid. He complains a lot, almost for everything. It's not easy to write a character like that. It's definitely not easy to make readers fall in love with a character like that, but Hobb managed it. She did an amazing job in making us feel invested in him. And we see Fizz's maturity when he is with Thick. He is a lot mature in this trilogy when compared to Farsi, and we see how Night Eyes helped him in that growth. I loved reading those glimpses in this trilogy. Fitz's equation with each and every character is highlight of this trilogy. It was beautifully executed. Hobb's understanding of pain and grief is so deep. Reading some scenes is actually soothing to our heart. And that's enough gushing about characters. I want to get back to world building because I like the way Hobb connected the world we have seen in Live Ships and Tawny Man Trilogy. It felt like Hobb planned this all along because we have seen some characters and we have seen the world, and we have also seen some objects, the connection with the live ships, and we have seen some different race others in live ships. We didn't know who they were or their background, but we get the glimpse of them in Tawny Man Trilogy, like not details but who they are. We still need to learn a lot about this lore. I'm hoping to learn that in Rain Wiles. Actually, this was supposed to be the original end of Realm of Elderling's world. We can clearly see that in the Fool's Fate. Hobb wrapped up most of the storylines, especially with respect to characters. She gave us closure to many things, and she also left open threads to explore in future. I cannot wait to read Fizz and Fool after this. The depth of emotions they have been through and they made us go through in Fool's Fate is so deep. I could easily read another 800 pages of that. This trilogy is definitely one of my favorite fantasy trilogies. We had live shows for every book in this trilogy in my channel. Please check them if you're interested. If you already read this trilogy, let me know in comments what is your favorite book and also who is your favorite character. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.